Yumi, how do you feel about that sentiment? Do you think that Dignitas can take it over Giants, or have Giants finally found a bit of a recipe to take down Dignitas, especially with Itachi on their side now?
Well, I mean, the entire bracket's upside down, right? Like every single series has got a BDS and top blokes out. Like for me, actually, the top blokes getting out is the bigger one. I thought that they were going to do incredibly well. Everything's been upside down, but Dignitas have been on the up. I really like the look of this new roster, and I think they can do it.
Well, the Rocket League has been crazy so far today, guys, and I'm sure it won't end here. CJ, Yumi, see you in a little bit.
Oh, thanks, Stumpy. I look forward to seeing Stumpy again. And I look forward always to casting with CJCJ, my favorite person to cast it.
Thanks, Yummy. You're definitely top 10. So looking forward to this series. Anyway, we've got Dignitas and the Giant.
Top 10?
Yeah, probably.
Well, BDS are apparently top 10 now as well, so I'll take it.
Yeah, BDS are top 10 OCE right now, the way they're playing. Anyway, we do have a great series here. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little bit more awake than you, so I'll probably show you up a few times in this cast.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, well, I mean, you are, listen, of the two of us, the charming one. I'm the bad boy, as we established yesterday. Yeah, bad cop, good cop. And honestly, though, we haven't really talked about Giants too much. These guys, I've really enjoyed the addition of Itachi too. He's added a real spark to them. They did do quite well in the last regional event number 2, but didn't quite make it all the way, especially against a rampaging Queso.
Yeah, and look, now that the elimination matches are over, this again is for seeding, if you guys have just tuned in. And we saw an elimination match, Ummy, with Aftershocks. We saw Aftershocks, we saw battle buses being employed. And now this seeding match, it looks like we've got two teams just absolutely going hell for leather right now. And I believe if you win this, you're in the upper bracket. I should know the format, but I'm pretty all over it.
Yeah. So if you lose, you're in a lower bracket. So it's not just seeding. It's far more important than that. Having only one chance in that finals is going to be a huge crutch for any team, especially given how many upsets are happening and how topsy-turvy everything has been.
100%. So it's pretty much like you're in the upper bracket of a double elim right now. And right now as well, I mean, Dignitas are getting peppered in the defense. This has been an awesome start here from the Vodafone Giants, all over them. And just looking to secure that first goal, which does get frustrating, Yummy, when you've had so much pressure early and you just don't quite get it.
No, it's always tough when you get all that pressure. You're trying to score that goal, and you feel like it should come. You're out shooting, and then you end up even losing the game. You just feel like you played better and still lost. But that is a bit of Rocket League, right? You have I guess a bit of fortune going with you or against you on any single play. And Dignitas have both had shares of each. 4-0 against BDS. Does take a little bit of fortune, even if it's just BDS having an off day, and then getting reverse swept. I mean, that's rough as well.
I mean, I think they were cursed, to be honest. The state might just hit this lovely little double, and Jack has definitely missed that, and somehow that has not gone in. Talk to me.
I don't know what to say. I can't believe that didn't go in. Itachi was meant to open this game with a bit of excitement. It's been 3 minutes, very back and forth, and they do get it. At least Vodafone Giants managed to get it in, because that would have been disastrous if they didn't.
I mean, full credit to Dignitas. It's been about 8 times this game alone where they should have conceded, and they've just held on. But finally, we do see the deadlock being broken here. Vodafone Giants opening up this series, and it was a well-deserved goal because they have been in there for 3.5 minutes now.
I think it's also there's a little bit more on the line with Stumpy hosting this match and Violent Panda being in it. Well, yesterday we saw Stumpy making fun of Violent Panda, saying, "Ooh, my thumb hurts, grow up." Well, what happened to him? Violent Panda got the last laugh, but he needs one more to take down Stumpy here. He needs the win over Vodafone Giants. Not going too well in that regard as Zamway gets goal number 2.
not going too well at all here. Vodafone Giants have just come out swinging here early on. I mean, Dignitas might just be carrying that reverse sweep form all the way through, because right now they're not looking too hot.
They're also just, I guess they're that fast team, and against any team like that, you have to be warmed up. You can't play slowly. You can't get off to a slow start when your opponents are playing as close to the ball as they are. Took a little bit of time for Vodafone Giants to actually figure it out, but now they have. You can see they're backing each other up. They're trusting each other. They're getting close for those passes.
And now we have the game sort of under wraps here. You know what I mean? Look, I'm glad you're here, you know, as a fellow Australian, because I was talking to the other guys about how in Australia Santa comes down the chimney head first. Now, speaking of Santa, what do you want for Christmas?
Listen, all I want for Christmas is you.
Thank you, Mariah Carey. Anyway, Violent Panda has put that one away and does give them a sniff. We saw it before. Myself and Stumpy, there was about 22 seconds left. We did see another goal, a late equalizer. We may see that again here. 12 seconds. It's all about that kickoff.
Oh, we saw top blokes get the kickoff earlier to tie it up. Maybe again here for Dignitas. As Jorius does get it in front of net. No, it's not going in, and there's no one there to follow up, but it still stays in the air. Apparently, Jack looking for something. Zamway does get that to the side, secures it, and secures the MVP points.
Unbelievable. I thought that was going to be a goal there for a second. It had me. You know when you're watching and you just take that short breath. You know, your heart skips a beat. I saw it there, and I'm not sure who that was, which member of Vodafone Giants made that save, but that was a beautiful little, delayed their flip just to be able to lunge in front of the ball. And I thought that was all wrapped up. Great little passing play as well from Dignitas to just sling that one just, near post, pass it across, look like an open net. Vodafone Giants did, however, hang on, and that is promising for Dignitas because, to be honest, in the first 4 minutes, Vodafone Giants couldn't have played much better. They had all the pressure, and the fact that Dignitas nearly came back and stole that, or at least equalised the series in the last few seconds, that's the momentum to carry into game number 2.
Well, you know what they say. Every breath you take, every move you make, you're watching Zamu. He was the one to step up there in the defense. He made sure to keep that one away at the very end, and they played well across the entire game, right? But it was no real opportunities in that first half. Are you okay, CJ? How you doing?
I don't know if you just have, you've just written down a list.
No, that one. Well, you were talking about, holding your breath, right? So...
your brain works in marvelous ways, but I'm not sure if they're good marvelous ways.
As a note, chat, before you go, Zamu, what? Well, that's what State calls him. His name's Samuel, and State calls him Samu. So I'm going with it. A little bit of insider knowledge here from the Legends of Jacket. Another great camera angle. Honestly, BTS. Really top form here.
Yeah, Ferdy, can you just take us on an adventure right now? I'd love to, put me in Disneyland. You know what I'm saying? Let's just take me on a lovely little ride. I want to be on the lazy river. Where you lie.
Well, it's also Christmas time. There's lanterns in the air on Forbidden Temple, so maybe get a good view of that as we sort of reminisce over a full year of Rocket League. Yeah,
that'd be great. Bring some festivities.
Wait, where is your Santa hat? I thought you had to buy one last night, CJ.
I completely missed the memo that it was Christmas. I've rocked up day one of RL Summit EU, and we've got Smellsworth rocking some white cashmere, who was, by the way, absolutely sweating bullets by the end of the cast. He was cooking in that thing with a little Santa hat on, and Cole was looking like an elf. We had different costumes. We had Santa hats coming out. I think you've got something in store for us later on as well. But
wait, don't talk anything up. I don't have anything. Come on, man. You're trying to put too much pressure on me. It's it's too much pressure on the defense here.
Absolutely. Too much pressure indeed. Great little pass from Panda. Putting it back as well, so State couldn't reach it. He was coming out of net already, looking for that infield pass. Didn't quite get there. And that is as good as an open net you'll see,
It's yeah, they sort of worked for it though. Nice work from Dignitas. And the thing that's really stood out for me in this tournament, the thing that's really maybe even captured that old Dignitas, has been their really fast passing. That one is a slowest pass that you could possibly do, but for a lot of them have been absolutely gunning it towards each other, and then it goes into your net before you really have a chance to respond.
Yeah, look, I'm not a fan when it happens to me personally. However, Zambu might have an opportunity here. This could be a little pass across. This might be a goal. No, not quite a touch. He can't quite get the angle, but I like the little drop down sort of play. Mixing up the angles. Panda, that thumb must be feeling pretty good. That's a lovely little setup, and Jack's going to be able to put that one away to get the second goal on the board. And just as we said, Yummy, game number 1, the momentum shifter in the last minute, they've carried it on to game number 2.
And also what we said, you know, Dignitas have to be able to step up really quickly. Game number 2, very important against a team like Giants. And yeah, 2 thumbs up here for Violent Panda.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up. Don't stress it too hard though. You know, we need to look after himself, look after your body at all times. But right now, Dignitas, they're looking great. Great turnaround from game number 1, and it might have just been that warm-up that they did need. You know, they were looking a little bit sluggish, and as you said, for a fast team, you have to be on. And it is one of the biggest... Oh, what a touch there from Itachi! Putting that one away!
Legend. What a miracle play from Itachi. And the thing is, you're thinking it's Itachi, he's going to score, but you're not expecting him to pull out brilliance like that.
Oh, that is phenomenal. Like, I was on one of my many tangents that I go on that really, at the end of the day, no one's listening to at home.
Hey, does anybody not have us on
right
mute?
now, if I say,
like hands
Twitch
up.
chat are all, I could say Twitch chat are all, bronze 1s, and no one will be like, what's going on, because they didn't hear me. Anyway, tight ball game now. Zambu puts another one away, and we've got a quick little wham bam, thank you, ma'am, 2-2.
Well, get me off the analyst desk, yeah. I was just talking Dignitas up. I'm not sure where I'm going, because now Vodafone Giants have got 2 quick goals, one off the kickoff. You know, Itachi is one of, if not the best setup player right now in Europe. You know, starting on that Team Liquid roster, not Team Liquid, Team FCB roster. He was the one setting up Ronicky for 90% of his goals. It was insane to see. He's continued that on Giants, which is impressive in its own right because of the aggression that all 3 players have. You'd expect him to have a bit less room, but he's still able to make it work.
And just there again, that's not what you want to see. We sort of just, I know it's 2-2, but Dignitas, you don't want to see them take the foot off the pedal here. As we said, they're an aggressive team, and Violent Panda expressing, as we would like to say, Yummy, going all the way back to the corner boost when they did have a free hit. And it just provided so much space for Vodafone Giants to work that ball up down the field, and then he did end up losing the challenge. So for Dignitas' sake, as Itachi is feeling himself right now, trying to get a nice little touch off the roof flip reset sort of number. We just need to see Dignitas pushing forward because, as soon as you give space to Vodafone Giants, well, they've got players like Itachi that can do some crazy things.
Yeah, just to elaborate as well for the people in chat, expressing, named after your ex-teammate, one of the most prominent players in OC Express, was very much known for running all the way to the back boost and just kind of leaving attack up to his teammates. So... it is a common phrase in the Oceanic region. Maybe it can, I guess, make its way over to EU as well.
It's a great con because as soon as you say expressing, your teammates know you're going back for corner boost. You're not going to be there for a while. And State's going to be there, though. Lovely little flip reset and too much time again given to the side of Vodafone Giants.
I'm calling it the best KBM player in the world, Steak. Absolutely putting his claim on that one. 3-2, but every single member of the Giants has really stepped up.
100%. I mean, and Dignitas, they're looking afraid right now. Ever since the first goal went in for the side of Vodafone Giants this game, they've taken their foot off the pedal a little bit. And I mean, 3-goal stint here from the Giants has been absolutely sensational. But on a more pressing matter, Yummy, apparently Jack. Why is his name apparently Jack? That's all I can think about right now.
Well, apparently, his real name's Jack, right? So, I don't know. I actually have no idea. I've talked to him so many times, I don't know. I think that's us. They've equaled this one up.
Jory is just coming out of nowhere. I mean, he is just stomped on that ball. It got a flip reset, wave dash to then 50-50 Itachi. That is a huge play and a little bit of creativity being shown in the last 5 seconds, keeping his team in it.
Well, I think Dignitas are a team known for their creativity, especially when you've got such mechanical players like Jorias and apparently Jack. Violet Panda, not known for his mechanics or, anything else, but he's at least got some World Championship wins under his belt, right?
I mean, me and him both. Absolutely. But this could be in. There it is, near post. Jorius again, absolutely going to work for Dignitas. Great pass from apparently Jack. Little 1-2. And that's when Dignitas are at their best, Yami, those beautiful passing plays.
Yeah, and they're not afraid to keep it on the ground. They know that they could build that open space for the pass. Those ground passes come really, really fast. If you put some aerial on your passes, it slows it down. And that's why Dignitas are able to beat a lot of defenses as well. Their passes just become so quick because of them.
And look, it's crazy to think as well that Dignitas have dead set stolen this. After being 2-0 up in the game, they then were certain to lose, going 3-2 down. They've got the late equaliser with 5 seconds left, and then they've come up with a beautiful passing play as well to regain the lead. I mean, we just saw a whole sort of series back and forth in one single game there.
And it felt like the same thing that Giants did to them. Get a goal, get another one quickly off the kickoff, that one in the overtime. There is a lot of experience on both these teams now, just from the fact that there's so many series in RLCSX. But I think having a player like Violent Panda, who's been there since the very beginning, gives you that slight edge in those overtimes, in those dire moments heading towards, a potential loss in game 2. And now they've equalized.
I think as well, it goes to show, Yami, that mentality plays a huge part in Rocket League, because sort of both teams, once they got the lead, as Itachi opens it up here, game number 3, but once both teams got the lead there in game number 2, they backed off a little bit, just perhaps not realising it, but they started to sort of drop back a bit. They lost that midfield presence, and we saw Dignitas cough up a 2-0 lead, and then, in the matter of 20 seconds, then Vodafone Giants, 2 goals straight away.
That's the difficulty too, is that it's always subconscious. The mentality, you're not thinking, okay, let's play defensive. It's the fact that you're just going through the motions, trying to play your regular game, but in the back of your mind, you're thinking, okay, we just need to hold on to this lead. And then that changes the way that you play. That's the most dangerous thing. And also, whiffs. Used to seeing that a lot, CJCJ, and now it might even go in their favor as that one sinks in and Jorias ties it up.
What a shot coming out here. There was 2 Giants players coming out from net from either side and just got wedged off that corner, just drops in. I tell you what, if that was me, that would have bounced out. That's a little bit fortunate, but a great shot, and that's what it deserved. Great goal there, tying it up 1-1.
And it's another 1-2-1 kind of back and forth pass play coming out from Dignitas. Another huge pass, and Violet Panda finds that top corner.
Just loving the way Dignitas are going about it here. The pass plays are coming out left, right, and center. And, Yummy, if is undefendable a word? Because that's what I'm going to coin it here. A really great pass play. How do you defend it? How do you stop it? Phenomenal stuff. Loving the way Dig are playing.
Well, this is obviously a brand new roster on Dig since the old Astral days. 2 new members, only Violent Panda remains. But this is how they played in scrims. They were really, really difficult to do anything against in scrims because they were so aggressive. They were in positions constantly for these passes. And you weren't able to do anything. You have to shut them down. You have to cut it there. And that's a risk in its own right. From Giants. If you want to be in that intercept position, you're taking yourself out of the game. So it was very, very difficult to play against them, especially in scrims. And they're bringing that out right now.
Oh, just so much speed from Joris as well coming out. And I fully agree, because you probably don't realise, if for people watching at home that might not realise, if you're a team that passes the ball a lot, And once the other team starts to pick up on that, they have to cover it. And when they start covering it, they're not covering other stuff, are they, Yummy? So then it really opens it up. You can fake the pass. You know, you're gonna have more room. Perhaps no one's on backboard anymore. There's so many more options. And right now, that's what Dignitas can do with their passing places. Another goal should have happened there. But again, 2 shots put wide and another goal gone begging there from Dig. Could have been 3-1.
I'm going to put that one on Verge, you know. He's the brains behind the operation.
100%.
Really should have picked up on his team, but it doesn't matter. It's just pass after pass after pass after pass.
Oh, beautiful shot here from Jorius. Great little touch from Violent Panda. Sent 2 Vodafone Giants members straight at him. Flicks it out. Top corner shot, Jorius. Dignitas. Geez, they're looking strong. But this is where, Yummy, this is where it matters. When you're 2 goals up, does the mentality shift? Do they start sagging back? And that's when we see Vodafone Giants really come back into this game.
I think the 2-goal advantage helps them there. You know, you're going to be a lot more comfortable and keep the aggression up just like that. Violent Panda on his way back, sticking a little bit forward, but in the perfect position to deal with this.
I mean, it was a double commit from the Giants there, and then we just saw an absolute donkey sort of clear coming out off that backboard. You know, just completely mistimed it. That had to be a bang. 2 teammates were out of the play. Unfortunately, it dropped straight down, and Panda, fortunately enough, had landed right in front of it for an open net. But Dignitas, they've got 2 hands on this victory here in game number 3, and it's going to take a huge comeback with half a game left for the Giants.
Yeah, for Dignitas, you know, it's obviously another goal, 5th goal, and there's still 2 minutes 20 remaining. And for Dignitas, it's not hard to look better than they did last season. Probably the worst team you could possibly be for their caliber. But they've been on the up and up from then. And this, to me, feels like the culmination of that. The big victory, the 4-0 over BDS, is obviously incredibly impressive. Something that we wouldn't have seen in the past from Dignitas. The way they're playing right now, something that they want to achieve. They're able to play the play style that they want. And, you know, I feel like this is just a great start. But Giants can still pull out stuff like that.
They're never out of this, and we saw Jorius almost get a great touch there. Zamu straight down the other end, tucks it behind apparently Jack, and my guy Jack did not respect that shot one bit, Yummy.
I wouldn't either. There's no way he's scoring that. You know, apparently Jack from his angle, with the first touch he got going kind of right to left in an awkward position, really difficult to get around that. You're expecting that it will bounce kind of off the backboard and you'll get a counter-attack opportunity. But not that time, Jack. Unfortunately, you get to look a bit like a fool.
A fool indeed, but Digger, there's still 3 goals up, and that's the main thing. So, you know, I tend to say that someone scores a cool goal on you, mate, look at the scoreboard. You're 4 goals down, and you have a bad hairdo. So, grow up.
Yeah, you know, he's like the opponent that quick chat to you when they're 6 goals down, thinking that they're cool, but you know what? Nothing can really get to you in those situations. And Dignitas have been untouchable in this game. Still a minute to go, and we might see some more goals, a couple more potentially coming out from Dignitas.
Yeah, I think that we saw, especially that 5th goal, that open net, there is more shots being peppered. This could be open. Panda does decide to sit off a little bit, and probably a smart play here with being 3 goals up. No need to press too hard, which is exactly what Vodafone Giants did do earlier. They perhaps pushed a little bit too hard for a goal because they were 3 goals down, Yummy, but Panda decides to take that one right across, and with 45 seconds left, this should be all wrapped up here, game number 3 for Dig.
We've had a couple of misses come out from Vodafone Giants too, and maybe they need to take a leaf out of the Dignitas book against BDS, where they kind of won just because they hit every single possible shot. And if Vodafone Giants are able to do that as well, then they'll be back into it. But this game, well and truly Dignitas's, even if there's a goal coming out right now.
Yeah, mathematically, it seems impossible. I'm not sure. What is the fastest you can score a goal? 2 seconds?
Yeah, basically 2 seconds. You know, you're not expecting there to be a goal off the kickoff if there is only 1 second as well. So you could just easily slap that against the ground. And Jorius has pre-jumped. Love to see it. More of that, please.
That's exactly what we want to see. And a little pre-jump play coming out from Vodafone Giants. But Dignitas do lock out game number 3, and it was convincing as well. I mean, that game was nearly wrapped up with 3 minutes to go there. And just the passing plays, we spoke about it so much throughout that game, but they were so deadly, and they could have scored even more goals from them.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they also had more shots, despite being deadly with their shots, is insane to think of, because it means that realistically they had the most pressure, which we saw. They had the most chances on net, but they were also making absolutely brilliant opportunities for themselves to score. My question, though, is now that they've set up that passes and they scored 3 passes kind of early on in that game, are we going to think that they'll have to change their strategy a little bit in order to, I guess, stay fresh and unpredictable?
I mean, the manner in which they were passing there, you talk about those fast ground passes, they are pretty hard to stop. So, you might think you're in a position to stop it, but if they're, throwing those sort of plays again, I mean, they're, I'll bring up it again. I think they're undefendable. Those really quick, slick ground passes, especially the 1-2 sort of plays as well. So as long as the speed's still in their attack, I don't think they're going to have to change up too much. However, I wouldn't be surprised to see, we talk about the 1v1 experience. I mean, they've got Joris, they've got apparently Jack as well. They'll throw in some fakes, I'm sure, if they do see, some Vodafone Giants players overcommitting for those plays.
Well, it's going to be interesting this next game, I feel like. This is the real decider for me. If Vodafone Giants are able to shut down those passing plays, very likely that they'll be able to, take control of the series. But it looks like already off the start, double bump from Violent Panda. He's figured out how to have an effect on the pitch without any mechanics.
Yeah, look, we talked about, how do they go away from the passing plays, Yummy? What do they bring? And the bumps. I mean, it is a beauty. It is a beautiful thing in Rocket League, going for a lovely little bump play, just annoying the opposition. And it's always a way to, cop an easy goal. So if they've got that in their arsenal as well, I mean, their attack is looking pretty scary.
Well, especially to go for that off the kickoff too is showing that they've got that planning. I think Dignitas as well are one of the teams that really put a lot of forethought into their kickoffs as well, Violent Panda especially, and that's potentially just the advantage. They get you through. I think even looking back at the Summit #1, that was a huge strategy for both NRG and Frontline. Having really strong kickoffs got both of them to the grand final.
Just really impressed as well as that does go in. State gets the equalizer. I was just about to say, just really impressed with the speed overall from both sides this series. I mean, they're playing at such a high pace, but it's been pretty impressive. They've, in terms of the mechanical ability being shown right now, there's not too many whiffs considering the speed compared to the previous series that I had the pleasure of casting with Stumpy of Top Blokes coming up against Guild. I mean, there's some pace in here. And gee, I love some fast Rocket League, Yummy. I might be a little bit biased.
A little bit. That says the guy who literally doesn't stop boosting the entire way. Hold boost, hold air roll left, and hope for the best is your strategy, right?
So much fun. So much fun.
Yeah, I prefer, to win, but well, maybe that's just the try-hard in me.
Maybe. I mean, we saw that competitive nature coming out in the crew battles yesterday. Unfortunately, it didn't quite get you the W, though. So, unlucky. Won't see you in the grand final.
I just felt so bad that, I felt like I was having good impact, but I didn't feel like it was good impact, I felt like I let the team down. Poor Matane and Tho, I had a couple of own goals, and listen, if I just wasn't there, maybe we would have won.
That's and I was saying that exact thing to Johnny. I mean, we were talking pre-series, is the ping going to affect you, or is Cole's lack of ability going to affect him? But I think we just need to consider that both you guys are non-factors and then focus on the other two players on the pitch.
Well, yeah, Cole had an awful lot of own goals as well. I was pretty proud of him.
Yeah, he wasn't too crash hot. But speaking of pretty hot, this series, loving it. A lot of pace, a lot of aggression, a lot of demos as well. Vodafone Giants looking to equalise this series, to get into the lead in this game here. And, the aggression's coming out early, but you just don't want to overcommit. And that's the biggest problem with the Giants early, just because of that aggression. That's huge flick, though. That's a huge, huge flick from Zamu. Itachi's going to put that one away. Where did that come from?
It's just surprising, right? But that first touch to get underneath it, the staying underneath and getting just enough of a touch to hit that backboard. And Vodafone Giants, they're always going to be slamming those backboards home.
100%. I mean, that was as free as you like. I mean, not too many would have missed that. Speaking of missing, Zamu's missed it.
Ooh.
Apparently, Jack can't quite put it away. I'm not sure what just happened. That's going to be a goal. I mean, again, I think that was so confused there, Yummy, that it just ended up they all committed to the corner and a great little pass from Jack.
Yeah, listen, when you have 20 people in the net and it bounces off 80 of them, you don't know where the ball's going to go, but you're still going to be able to get that in front of goal. And the chaos going in the favor of Dignitas. And just as Giants felt like they were kind of wresting control, it goes back to a tied game.
They deserved a goal. I'm not sure how it wasn't, to be honest, at the start of that, but, they do get one back, and they've got to get another one here as well. Jack puts another one away, and this is just a topsy-turvy game at number 4 right here.
And Violet Panda looking like a grizzly, still chasing more demos down. And, that leaves the net completely open once again.
Yeah, it's not all black and white for Panda there. He's coming up with a few demos and bits and pieces, and I'm seeing you nodding there, Yummy. I knew you were happy with that one.
Well, it's good to see you get in on this. It's like I'm like a proud dad seeing.
Honestly, it's like if you can't beat him, join him. So at this point, I've just conceded that the dad jokes will have to come out this series anytime I'm casting with you.
Yeah, it's always good to see you grow into the man I've always thought you could become. Just like you're going to become a professional caster, the playing career surely has its days numbered.
I'm happy to be a professional crew battles winner, which I will.
Well, especially when the prize pool is more than an entire OCE prize pool for you.
Yeah, right? I'm about to make bank here, ladies and gentlemen. Lock up everyone because, lock up your stores because I'm about to have a shopping spree for Christmas if I do win this. I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, we've got a 3-2 here and might be another one. Double touch coming out. Great save there from Itachi. I mean, Jory's had that all but wrapped up. But no, Zamu with all the boost and not expecting Jack to just not care one bit.
And Zamway was so impactful earlier, and now apparently Jack has just been the one being so opportunistic. He's finding these goals, he's finding these open nets just by playing close and preparing for a missed touch or even just a miss there.
You know what? I thought we were just rocking with Zamu the whole time because of your bit, but you know what? We'll give him some respect.
Sorry to let you down, son.
And we'll switch it back up to Zamway. That might be a goal there. There's a whiff coming out. It does go just wide. Stake's going to be able to just carry this one out. And there's 30 seconds left, but there's still a chance. Vodafone Giants, they're on the attack. Huge clear coming out now. And now it's in the back of your mind, Yummy, if you're a Vodafone Giants. You need a goal right now.
Yeah, it has to be now. You don't, especially going down 3-1, the way these games have been going, and that was meant to be it. That was their chance. It looks like Dignitas are going to secure this game, slowing the ball down, maybe one for the road, but it does get saved out. Even still, not enough time for Vodafone Giants to equalize.
Yeah, this is all but wrapped up, and Dignitas going to move on to match point here. 3-1 up currently in the series. Another impressive display, and I'm really impressed with the Vodafone Giants, but it's just they're a little bit too chaotic for mine. A little bit like some OCE Rocket League teams. The offense, the aggression is there, but just overcommitting one too many times in defense, and perhaps not just taking a bit of a deep breath in defense, probably let them down a little bit. But to Dignitas' credit, I mean, when you're playing a team like them, it's always going to be hard when they're coming at you with that sort of pressure and those sort of passing plays. But Dig, they're on to match point, Yummy. They're looking pretty good. But, anything could still happen from here.
Well, when you speak of OC teams over-aggressing, which team are you talking about specifically? It couldn't be Renegades, could it, right?
No. I don't know. Couldn't tell you the last time we've conceded a goal, to be honest. No, it wouldn't be us. It could be any other team, though, but us. Definitely.
Fair enough. Well, EU have already looked a little bit silly today. Reddles has single-handedly proven that NA is better than EU. Top blokes have fallen down out of the entire tournament. So is BDS. So they've got to worry that OCE might be looking better than EU soon.
I need to take another look at this Violent Panda. Let me have a second here. Is this a lovely flip reset? It is a little flip reset double touch. Ooh. That's tasty from the man with one thumb.
Yeah, he doesn't need two thumbs, I guess. He's got claw grip or something going on. Fast fingers, Violent Panda finding out that he does have those mechanics. Oh, true.
Yeah, I
that's
think
where Johnny Boy really could take advantage of at least a controller.
Imagine if Johnny was a controller player. Yeah. Would you use your nose for the left stick or the right stick?
He's big enough that he could use both, right? Like just one nostril each.
I don't know why I said the right stick. It's more like the right buttons. But I'm thinking the left stick because I think he's got a lot of precision with that beak of his. And I think if he uses the left stick, like that's where all the control is going to come from in his gameplay. So, Johnny Boy, there you go. We've got a video idea for you, mate. Controller player using my nose. As Zamway puts that one away. 1-1. Ties it up. Vodafone Giants.
Love it. Love it. That was my favorite of the day, Zamway. Has been the player to score a lot of these goals for Giants as well. He's really on the ball. He's been a bit quiet the last couple of games, but if this is the sign that he's come back into the fore, then I think Giants have much more of a chance.
Absolutely, and we just need to see a little bit more composure, I reckon, from the Vodafone Giants, especially in these sort of situations. Can't be giving up cheap goals here to Dignitas. Let's just perhaps let them come at you a little bit and... Because, Dig, they're feeling themselves yummy. And when a team's feeling themselves, you can sense a little bit of overconfidence. And that's where they can get them because they're such a fast team, Vodafone Giants. We know Dig have the fast passing plays, but, I mean, the Giants, they have to be one of the fastest teams in the world on the pitch. It doesn't always work out for them, but they are so exciting.
They're definitely kind of willing to throw people at the ball and see what will stick. And they like playing like that. We're seeing that come out more and more, and the introduction of Itachi seems to have sort of just slotted in. But, this series, the way we're talking about it really is a series for Dignitas. They've got a lot to prove, and they've been doing it so far in this tournament, even though they got reverse swept in the last one. I just don't see them kind of losing here. They haven't put themselves in that reverse sweepable situation, at least.
Yeah, they're playing really solid. I mean, comparing the two teams, that's sort of the only difference. Both are playing with such speed, but I think the passing plays and just their ability in defense to sort of just hold out and just withstand a barrage of shots from Vodafone Giants has been the difference in this game. But right now, apparently, Jack, he's doing a little pirouette, gets the flip reset. Panda does get demoed, and that might just shut the attack down here from Dignitas. Whoever Jory is going to fire that one back in.
See, I'm always scared when Itachi's got control of the ball, when he's got a solo play. But when it comes to Dignitas, I'd say both Jurias and apparently Jack are really dangerous when you see them have some control on the play. Both of them can be ones that score a goal out of nowhere. And that, I think, as well, makes them have more of a dimension than just these passing plays, too. It makes them a bit more unpredictable.
Yeah, I mean, when you have such a team-based sort of play style with such individualistic sort of players, solo play sort of ones players, I guess, we always say that. I know they probably don't like being called that, but, it adds such a dynamic because you're probably not quite expecting it. They're able to just sort of mix and match their play style and sort of mold to each other. It's so effective right now, but with a minute 30 left here, Vodafone Giants, they have to really create. I mean, there's no pressure on them, but they are facing match point Yummy. They have to win. They have to get the next goal on the board, you'd think.
Well, I think it's actually fair to call them ones mains, not because, they would like that, but because they've had a lot of success in ones compared to their threes arena. This is their chance to prove that, but Giants still don't want to go down without a fight.
Beautiful pass from Zamway as well. You saw apparently Jack, I'm not sure if he had low boost, but he just decides to rotate flat out straight into net instead of going backboard, which just left it wide open there and really an uncontested infield at the end of the day. from Dignitas, just not getting across. Great little shot as well, but that's as good as an open net. You'd expect him to score that every day of the week. Great pass Zamway, though, setting that one up.
Yeah, and just to go back to that point too, I think if Dignitas get their top 4 in this tournament, I think that's obviously a big performance that's thrown, right? And I think they may do even better than that. But if they do, I'll upgrade personally Jurias and apparently Jack to those threes mains that they really want to the title of.
It's a great promotion. It's like when you're learning to swim and you go from like a tadpole to a salmon, and it's just really exciting when you're, 17 years old, finally treading water.
Well, I was just thinking, have you got off water wings just yet?
No, look, I think you get a tadpole on the first day, and I think I'm still a tadpole. I might still have the certificate, but I was pretty proud of it at the time.
Also starting to feel a bit bad for Triple Trouble when you slander the name of Tadpole, but it looks like Vodafone Giants should be able to take this game and are hanging out in front of the opponent's net. The Dignitas defense has to get to the other end, and Violent Panda has the opportunity, but not the ability to dribble that one over to his teammate. So Vodafone Giants get the second game on the board and start to keep that hope firing up.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say just they're hanging in there. They've been playing really well the whole series. I mean, it's been pretty tough to beat this Dignitas lineup right now with the passing plays we've seen. I mean, they 4-0'd BDS, so right now you're doing better than those blokes. However, they are out of the tournament, so right now we could probably just forget about them. But Vodafone Giants do get their second win on the board here early. I say early, but they needed it. 3-2 now. Still feeling confident for Dig. I think they still look a little bit more solid, but again, Vodafone Giants just have that potential to just score a goal out of nowhere, and we saw that with their own passing play starting to come out.
And Dignitas didn't really have the passes in that game. They weren't getting in position for it. That's usually the big sign. It's not, can you pass? Everyone's able to hit the ball sideways. The most important part of passing for Dignitas or any team is having the person in that position. And it felt a lot more like a kind of one person go and two people wait in that game. They can push that person up, even just threaten the pass in those scenarios with their positioning. I think they'll have a lot more success in the next one.
You said it perfectly. The 1 up, 2 back. It's the triangle that you don't want to have. You need to flip that triangle upside down. And once you have the 2 up, 1 back, Yummy, that's when we're in business, baby. That's when the passes can happen. And then you have the potential to mix in the solo play as well, because you have more options on the ball.
Well, you hear that first, ladies and gentlemen. CJ, he wants the pyramid, not the triangle. Keep that in mind. It is important as well in rank to be in good positions, and Itachi has somehow found the goal here of every member of Dignitas flopping around.
That is disgusting from Itachi and completely caught Panda off guard. Jorius couldn't tap that one out either. And again, we spoke about it just before. Vodafone Giants, they have this potential to just score a goal out of nowhere. And we see it right there again with Itachi, another crazy angle.
Good to see Itachi step it up in that role too. And it's funny to think that Stake is being the chill member here for Vodafone Giants across this series. We've seen him have that massive flip reset earlier on. And I think Giants could take this. They could take this small lead in goals and really run with it. The last couple of games, Dignitas have had that early goals, and Vodafone Giants have had to work to get that lead back.
Oh, great sort of opportunity there from Stake. Had all the nets to choose from and probably maybe just dropped it a little bit too sharply there. Great angle nonetheless. A bump tries to come in on Panda. Doesn't happen. Stake has all the time in the world to put this one away. I'm not sure if that was a fake, but he's flat out missed that.
How? I haven't seen a missed opportunity that bad since CJ was on the pitch. There was a completely open net. 2 swings, 2 misses. And now apparently Jack may even get a goal at the other end. They just hold on, but Vodafone Giants still need to get this second goal on the board to make up for it.
I mean, it looked for a second there like a tactical whiff, Yummy, leaving it for his teammates underneath him, and that's what I'm all about, the tactical whiff. So how about you not insult me? Yeah, because it's all about, creating space for the players in behind you. Unfortunately there, I think that Stake could have just put that one away, and he, hopefully that doesn't come back to bite Vodafone Giants here. They still have the 1-goal lead, but Dignitas are pushing it. Apparently, Jack is flopping around like a salmon. He might have that salmon certificate.
Well, you don't want to be a salmon when you have Violent Panda on the same team. It's, I was going to make a Bare Necessities joke, but I'll stay off that one. Vodafone Giants have to hold on defense. So they actually get a good clear. Zamway has the follow-up as well. We've seen him get some incredible angles. Itachi has set it up in the middle, but Steak gets blocked out by Jorias, who'll actually continue the defense. And now we start seeing Vodafone Giants assaulting, peppering the net. And that is what you call seasonings greetings.
Look. No, it's not bad. I'll give you that. Anyway, here we are. Dignitas pushing forward now. Demo's coming out. There's just, I feel like their pace has been sped up. You know, Dignitas, they know they want that goal. They've still got a lot of time left for 1 goal. 2 minutes is a lot of time here in Rocket League to make some magic happen. But on the other side of things, we see Vodafone Giants. Look at the demos coming out right now, Yummy. I mean, we saw before when a team got a lead, they were playing a little bit more passive. I think Vodafone Giants are stepping it up in the other direction. As the flick comes out, great save there from was that Itachi? I couldn't quite say. It might have been Zamway in there. That was huge.
It's been so close. A game of inches at this point in time. Side posts and crossbars have been hit. Dignitas haven't been able to sneak in that goal, though a chance here as Jorias doesn't get the touch to Violent Panda that he really wanted. They will keep the attack on. Apparently Jack blocked out by Zamway, but you can see them crisscrossing back in front of net. Crisscross, but no applesauce in this one. And that is actually another shot by apparently Jack, but it goes wide. And every opportunity by Dignitas is just falling short. It looks like they are unable to take game 7. They have actually got back into attack.
Oh, just so many opportunities again. This should be a goal, has to be a goal. And finally, we see a little bit of precision coming out from Dignitas. Reward for effort. The pressure has been immense the past 30 seconds. Bottom right, don't you love to see a little, what would we call that? Would James Watt call that something to do with a worm, Yummy?
Oh yeah, he really copied me. I think I really termed the word worm burner to absolutely slap across the ground. But, you know, James Watt, he can take the credit if he wants. I'll give it to him, you know?
That's what great people do, you know. They're happy to just let someone else have the limelight. Absolutely. But this could be a chance. No, Steak doesn't get it. Shot comes out. It's going to be wide. Panda gets absolutely yoked over to the other side of the field. Little pass play now. Jorius gets it across. Jack might be able to bang that down. And Dignitas, Yummy, it just feels like they're coming.
It really does, but it took 3 members to pass that one out, and then they didn't have any more gumption after that one. It seems the Giants still have a lot in the tank with 2 seconds left. They could secure the game still in regulation time. It looks like it'll hit the ground, but no. They do manage to keep it up. Apparently, Jack can't get to that ball. It floats in front of the middle, but it goes to OT. And this may just be the decider on the series.
Oh, goodness me. What a series it has been as well. It's just been such a... I was about to say, if that was going to go in, it would have been a disappointment because this series has been... it's been phenomenal with the level of mechanical skill on display. The crazy goals, the pass plays. We've had flip resets. Even Pandas hit a flip reset, ladies and gentlemen. And as we said, if you've got one thumb and you can hit a flip reset, I need to retire because I still haven't hit one. Anyway, here we are. Overtime. Apparently, Jack, he's going to have time with the ball. Take this one upstairs. Gets dunked out, however.
And Jorias will continue that attack going. Dignitas, they want to finish this series off. They want to slay the Giants. Jorias, he has to try and get this past 3 members. Look how set in defense right now. Giants are plenty of room, plenty of boost as well with Zamway grabbing that one. Has a touchy and support and will move it forward, but didn't recognize. And that's 2 players out. It's a 2v1 with Violent Panda and Jorias having an opportunity. Stake the last man back, makes the play. 1 minute into overtime. This could be scary here as Dignitas have had so much pressure on the net, but it only takes 1 play. Touchy the bump. Stake, he finishes it off. He takes them to game 7.
Oh, the classic air dribble bump. Jesse will be so proud of this man right here. Steak does put that one away, but what a little bump play there. And that's all it took. A quick counter-attack, a fast play. Vodafone Giants, working to their strengths, that speed, that aggression. And that was a beautiful game, I want to say, Yummy. That was high-octane gameplay from both sides.
And Vodafone Giants, they held on defense. Dignitas was really slamming their net multiple times towards the end of that game, in the overtime especially. And yet, they just drew them in. Giants found that breakaway, and when they did, they had enough boost. They secured those corner boosts to actually get that part out and to get that demo play as well.
Oh, I mean, they're looking strong right now, and we are heading to a game number 7. And I probably wouldn't have thought that we did going up 3-1 in the series, Yummy. They were looking strong. I mean, I think you said yourself you couldn't see Dignitas, locking this one out the way they were playing. They were looking so strong. The pass plays have dropped off a bit since, and I think just Vodafone's. The Vodafone Giants just solo playability. I mean, Itachi, when he's getting those crazy angles, those goals are the differences. That forced an OT, that crazy angle goal that we saw from Itachi straight away in game number 6 there. And if you're going to get goals like that, they can be the difference between winning and losing. And that's why you need those sort of players on your team.
Well, the passes have slowed down, but not the gameplay. Violet Panda almost thinking that one. Game 7, folks. We wanted it. You got it. And that is the chance here for just one of these teams to pull it out, for Dignitas to prove themselves, or for Vodafone Giants to wrest it from Dignitas after what has been a very tough fought series for them.
Currently recovering from vertigo after the start of that game. Not sure where we were, but I felt like I was in a blimp. Thank you, Ferdy, for that one. But
wait, blimp? Is that a joke about my weight, mate? Come on, buddy.
If you want to take it, you can have it. It's there, but unintentional. Anyway, here we are. 4 minutes of Rocket League to play. Perhaps more, to be honest, if it's a draw. Let's a draw, should I say. The score's a level. But who are we picking right now? Give me a prediction. I'm with my guys, Giants. I'm flipping.
I'm flipping too. I'm Giants as well. I think that we haven't seen enough of Dignitas in the last 2 games.
It was a 200 IQ play, Yummy. We just wanted we want to put the reverse mock, a bit of caster, a bit of caster curse on them. So Dignitas, we actually wanted Dignitas to win. That's a sensational start as well in game number 7 here. I cannot believe after all we've witnessed, that they've just scored off that.
That's not a caster curse. That's us creating the voodoo doll and then accidentally putting the wrong hair and actually starting to, go against ourselves. I don't know how that could have gone any worse, but still, I'm still going to back the Giants. I'm saying it. They've been able to come back multiple games in a row. And again, Dignitas, they look so strong at the start of the series because of their really fast passing. We haven't seen that. I think that is the biggest tool in their arsenal that got them the win.
No, I'll put my hand up, Yummy. That was dead set embarrassing from us. And Panda's about to embarrass us again because this one could be in. Can Jack can't squeeze it in, but Joris is going to be able to keep this one in, and he has so much boost. However, does get beaten to the ball there by Itachi. Vodafone Giants, they need a goal, Yummy, to get back into this. What a series it's been, and I just feel like it deserves a Game 7 OT, and it might. Zamway does get the equaliser. Great timing, my friend. Thank you. I'll slip some PayPal money later.
The Vodafone Giants, they've been absolutely Titanic, and just like the Titanic, they sink that one in. That is what I want to see. They bring it back. They make us look a little less stupid here, CJ, which is actually the biggest achievement that they've probably managed.
Absolutely. I mean, it was looking a little bit icy. I should say a little bit dicey there for the Titanics. But they've managed to get that equaliser, and now the pressure's off. You know what I mean? They can just start playing their game. They've got that equalising goal. I say the pressure's off. The pressure is right back on, baby. Apparently, Jack squeezes that one through the defence.
The passes have been solid, but that's just a 50, and actually seeing apparently Jack being in a good position for the pass. Maybe could have even been closer for that one, but Dignitas sneak one in. And halfway through the game, they take the advantage.
I mean, this has been phenomenal. This is back and forth, and it's great to see this game number 7 going exactly how this series has gone as well, Yummy. I mean, it's just been neck and neck, goal for goal. The leads have been tossing and turning. Right now, Dignitas, they do have the upper hand, and would you want anyone else on your team, Game 7, in the lead than Violent Panda?
It's the player you want, and so is Jurius. He's been hitting his mark, an absolute sharpshooter here, just sniping the nets and getting that 2 goals.
Yeah, very impressive display straight off that, since the previous goal, really, from Dignitas. It's been all in that end of the field, or the pitch, should I say, but right now, Dig looking so strong. A minute 50 left. There still is time here for the Vodafone Giants, and if they could beat them out there, that would be a lovely opportunity. But right now, Digger holding on. And again, as I said, Violent Panda, he's on your side. And I'm feeling confident if I'm a member of Dignitas with him on the pitch in the lead right now. Having said that, pass play, and Tachi puts it off the corner. And that's going to roll in. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why I uninstall Rocket League once every 2 days.
I would never install it again after that. You're thinking, okay, we're into the chance. We're about to go 2-3. We're going to get it within 1 goal. No. Psionics comes out once again and, make sure that the script goes their way. 4-1 now for Dignitas, and they should 100% be able to close out this game.
Oh, it's a lovely save comes out from Itachi. I mean, I 100% agree with you. Sonics, what have they done? They're handing out all these promotions, but they forgot to demote the goalpost. As that is just smacked straight off the side and not quite gone in there. And another opportunity. Dignitas are still pressing. 3 goals now, 50 seconds on the clock, Yummy. I'm glad to see that our prediction once again, just like all weekend, is wrong.
Yeah, super smart of us, of course, always going for the wrong prediction. Maybe 1 prediction correct across the entire weekend so far, so pretty par for the course, I guess.
It's not the end of the world, really. There's worse things to happen to you, like losing crew battles in the first round and not making the final, or getting 8 points. And I'm looking at you, Johnny Boy. But with 24 seconds left here, Dignitas, game number 7, they're going to be able to lock this series out. Super impressive display ever since we said they weren't going to win.
Well, Vodafone Giants, they're going to fall, but remember, they aren't completely out as well. They do go into the lower bracket on the final day. As we said, very tough to go through that final bracket the way that every team is playing. But Dignitas, they are well and truly alive in this tournament. They're proving themselves, and they are almost upgrading both Jurias and apparently Jack to 3s mains.
3s mains indeed, as State just gets a nice little stats booster. And, if he pops up on the Octane GG top 10 for the Rocket League Summit too, it might be because of that goal. So it's always important to get those 0-second goals. Pad your stats. Get those MVPs. But right now, Dignitas, full credit to them. What a series we had as well. 3-1 up Dignitas. The little comeback there from the Vodafone Giants forcing game 7, but there was so much polish about how Dignitas went about that game number 7, Yummy. That was clinical.
Well, yeah, I mean, what does Santa and Dignitas have in common in that game? They both slayed. That was a one-sided game there. Dignitas really kind of step it up in this side.
Yeah, no, they really took the reins on that game number 7 there, and just really went away with it. So full credit to them, Yummy, and again, just a really impressive series, and I can't wait to break this one down with you later.
Yeah, we're going to be right back with the break. Speed run time. How quickly can we get to the analyst desk?
Welcome back, team, to the Rocket League Summit numero 2. I am Stumpy, joined by your beautiful casters of that previous Dignitas vs Giants series, CJCJ and Yumi Cheeseman. And I've got a couple of questions to run through with you guys, because that series, again, was an exhausting one that ended up going for Dignitas to Game 7, where they eventually won. Yumi, easy question. Who was your MVP?
Well, first off, I have to say you're a very beautiful man yourself.
Thank you.
I'd be happy to be under the mistletoe with you. But MVP for me across that series, I actually felt it was a bit of a toss-up, but I'd give it to Zamway. He really took Oh, sorry, not Zamway.
Interesting choice, seeing as they lost. So, no, go on. Why
yeah.
Zamway? No, why Zamway?
Well, okay, fine. I got to make my mistake here back. He really had a lot of control over, Giants' victory. He was really impressive in their victories. He just couldn't get that in Game 7.
Okay, interesting. Well, I like that you carried on going with it. And Zamway, to be fair, did look great. Quickly as well, CJ, obviously you are a player. You're the more talented Rocket League person out of all of us on this beautiful desk. But I want to ask you about the mindset after coming off the back of a best-of-7 reverse sweep that you have just lost, and then you drop a 3-1 lead for the series to go to 7 games again. How do you keep yourself in it, and how hard is that?
I would have absolutely gone to pieces, Stumpy. You've already been reverse swept once, and you're like, well, this is close enough to another reverse sweep for the day. But full credit to Dignitas. I mean, we spoke about it just before the break. That was clinical, that game number 7. We just pretty much we said, look, I think the Giants are going to lock this one out because they've been so impressive in the previous 2 games. And all of a sudden, game number 7, which you're watching right now, I mean, that post that you guys just witnessed, I mean, I said you'd uninstall Rocket League.
That's a true MVP.
Because you absolutely would. I mean, that was the deciding factor. They were 2 goals down at that point. The ball hits the post, goes down the other end. They concede another goal, and there it is. The game is over.
Yeah, sometimes it does just end up going that way. We've seen quite a few shots go awry, go post, and then it will just go completely the other end and will end up being a goal for the other team. But that is it for this little old section of a catch-up about Dignitas versus Giants. After the break, we have got something very special lined up for you. It's Mafia. It's about Mafia. It's a little video about Mafia. Make sure you watch the Mafia video. So stay tuned. We will see you very soon.